Life is saying to us, it's time to clear your life wounds. It's time to go on your journey. My prayer is you clear these emotional issues, this old programming, before it manifests as disease, not wait until it's manifested as disease. And so now, not only has it been clearing people's physical issues, but it's been helping people to get to the root of their emotional blocks. And I'm sure many of you feel that there's this potential inside, and that somehow you have felt blocked. You felt somehow like the full potential that you are, it isn't being realized. And the journey takes you on a journey to get to the emotional root cause of what has put these blocks in place and to clear it out. And so that you can open into this vast field of your own divine potential, your own presence, your own awareness. And so the journey is equally known, not just for emotional healing and physical healing, but for spiritual awakening to the enlightened awareness that lives inside of you. And the truth is, all of us came into this world as this radiant, shining diamond, as this vast field of love, of peace, of joy, of unity, of oneness. We all came into this world as that. As a matter of fact, science will tell you that in the first weeks of an infant's life, the first days and weeks, this infant feels itself to be so vast that when mother's hand comes before its eyes, it feels mother's hand to be part of itself. All of life is here in this one. It's like you're part of the fabric of the universe. But unfortunately, through the course of life's natural pains and trials, this radiant peace, this divine potential, this love that is your own essence, that is your soul, it gets covered over with a series of lies, limitations, traumas, shutdowns. And it can be something stupendously simple, like you're 3 years old and you're crying about something. And your mother says, come, you've got to dry your tears. We've got to get to nursery school. And the child gets it. Oh, I'm not allowed to feel, at least not the ones with the tears. And the first involuntary, automatic shutdown happens inside. Now you start shutting down one emotion and you start shutting them all down. Now I can remember I came from a domestically challenged household where there was a lot of violence, a lot of brutality. Part of the way I used to escape was into my books. And of course, if you loved reading as much as I loved reading, you become good at reading and good at spelling. And in the third grade, I got chosen to give a spelling bee for my school for the third graders. And we were having this big spelling bee in this massive auditorium stadium kind of event where all the schools in the local county were coming together, and all the teachers and the students. And I was standing on stage and I'd already spelled 3 difficult words. And then they gave me one of the most easy words in the English language, the word fleet. But I'd never seen that word in any of my children's books. But I had seen the word flea, an insect. And I said, Fleat, and the whole stadium was hushed. And then it erupted into laughter. Now, no one had given me a manual. How do you deal with mass humiliation in front of your friends and the parents and the school teachers? And I looked at my mom, who was sitting in the third row, for support. And she looked at me like I was the greatest disappointment in her life. And she just shook her head and went, and it was like this internal wall just came slamming down. And that day, I decided I'm such a loser. I'm so stupid. People will only laugh at me. I'll never be good at anything. I'll never be successful. So I went to go sit at the back of the stage where the other losers were sitting. And from that point on, I just felt like I was stupid. It's like this, layer upon layer. I can remember when I was 16 years old, I got a crush on this guy, and I tried to impress him. And you know what that's like. I made a total out and out fool of myself. And I watched the first love in my life run out of my life. And I was running after him. And of course, that day, I decided I'm so unattractive. I'm so unlovable, so unworthy of love that I will never attract anyone who's attracted to me, layer upon layer. And we all do this. And then when we get to be adults, we cover this whole mess over with this polished veneer, this mask that we present to the world that says, no, I'm an adult, I'm dependable, I'm reliable, you can count on me. And then when we wonder why it is everyone thinks we're so full of bull, you could finish that word. And then if you get to be very lucky, life gives you a wake-up call.